Companies should use a blend of methodologies. The ideal methodology is by finding a balance between a traditional waterfall approach and a modern agile method. A main challenge will be to balance the transformation of a two-speed architecture. Companies should have three main waves of changes. Firstly, adding new functionalities. Secondly, looking at short-term optimization for temporary problems. And thirdly, the advanced architecture transformation stream for sustainability and overall support. Consequently, develop the low-speed architecture too. The transactional back-end part must be carefully developed because they contain some of the more fundamental parts of the whole system. A house also falls apart without its foundation. So what are the key conclusions? While the digitally native companies are already adapted to today's accelerated environment, the more mature companies are struggling to keep up with them. A two-speed IT architecture might be a good guidance for those older and more traditional companies whose legacy IT systems lack flexibility and fast updates. The development of a two-speed architecture allows the more mature companies to compete effectively with the new digitally native companies. However, there is more to it than only implementing a two-speed IT architectures. Companies need to master the skills of digital product innovation, provide a flawless multi-channel experience, use big data and advanced analytics, and last but not least, improve their capabilities in automating operation. Those four levers pose new challenges for companies in their IT department. Well, we do not completely agree. We have some critical reflections. Why do we need a two-speed IT architecture with one fast-paced and one slow-paced part? Wouldn't it be better to just have one fast-paced architecture? No. Our answer to that is some services facing customer problems require a fast response time and flexible updates, while more fundamental parts of the software are more difficult and dangerous to adapt. This way, it is possible to keep the customer facing capabilities at a fast pace and decoupler our more fundamental parts at a slow pace. The fundamental parts require time, extensive development, and a lot of testing. They must be managed for scalability and resilience. Then we have a second critical reflection. You might say that falling behind today might cause you to never being able to catch up again. Our answer to that is falling behind in IT architecture means you risk losing market share and gives your competitors an advantage over you. You won't be able to make decisions as optimal as your competitors because of the lack of information. You create a blind spot which forces you to make suboptimal decisions. You will have to find a way to transform your IT architecture or your company can't be sustainable. Then finally, you might say it's not only the IT architecture that needs to adapt, but the overall strategy, mindset, and business of the company. Hmm, that's a great remark. Let's think about that. While upgrading the IT architecture and implementing a digital business model is really important, it won't be a magical solution to keep up with the competition. Older companies need to refurbish their organization and governance model in parallel with the new technology. They have to blur the boundaries between IT and business. Furthermore, they have to change their mindsets. Management should realize the merits of IT and see it as an opportunity instead of a cost.
Created using Powtoon.